Welcome to Chris Veve Journey, where I take you on a trip to Veve, always as an adventurer, never as a financial advisor, so please invest with caution. Today we talk about the two upcoming comic drops that will happen on Veve on Wednesday and on Thursday. Thursday is a Thanksgiving special. Everyone thought that we wouldn't get a Thursday drop because of Thanksgiving, but we instead get two comic drops. That is fun. Yeah, I guess let's talk about it. So we're in the browser view and you can't see anything. That is not awesome, but yeah, there we go. Okay, great. So we start with the Wednesday drop, 8 a.m. as usual. It's Young Avengers 12, which is totally surprising to me. I was pretty sure we would get Young Avengers 1. That's the comic book I showed you already in my last video, because that is the first app of Kate Bishop. Instead, we went with Young Avengers 12, which is the first time we see Kate Bishop wearing the costume and is called Hawkeye. Which is a sad day for me, to be honest. That is not great. My problem here is this is a 12-issue series. So we basically get the last issue of the run by Veve. So reading this is like watching the last 10 minutes of a movie. It's a pretty great issue. So if you look inside, it's a pretty great art, action packed. That's awesome. Love it. But yeah, in my opinion, and this is something I was hoping for, we would have seen Veve drop the first one, like Young Avengers 1, get us the first app of Kate Bishop altogether, and then in time release the next 11 books, so we have the whole 12-issue miniseries and we can read. The utility of reading the comic books does suffer a little bit from this because it pretty surely tells us we are not going to get complete runs so that you can read complete comic books. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. At this point, I'm a bit disappointed. I was really hoping that the utility of reading the comic books would be used to give us full stories. And who knows, maybe down the line there is an option. Maybe they make smart contracts with like Comixology that is owned by Amazon, to be honest. And that we can use their service to keep on reading the comic books instead of just getting books here that you can read but sometimes make no sense. I mean, this is a 12-issue run and this is the 12th issue. Reading this is really like, you can do it if you haven't read anything. You might as well jump in and read it. I'm sure it's quite fun, but yeah, you're missing out a lot. So basically don't get anything of the whole story. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. So a little disappointed. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have to be disappointed. I have like more than 1,000 books on my Comixology list already. So I bought way too many books. And these 1,000 books, not even 20-page issues, within these 1,000 books, or even more than 1,000, I guess I already have 1,100 or whatever. And there's 600 pages books in there, and they count as one book. So it's not like I don't have enough to read. So pretty much, I guess I already have that book in my collection. There's a big chance. I don't even know at this point what I bought altogether. So yeah. And there's subscription services also, so it's not such a big deal. I was just hoping that Veve would make it possible for people to enter the comic book world with more than just these single issues. But yeah, let's come to the real infos here, right? So this is the regular cover. That's the common one, pretty much what was expected. Of course, modern look, because it's a modern book from 2005. 2006 possibly. 2005 was the first one. Yeah. So yeah, that should be 2006. Not really old, but I dig the art style. It's great. Yeah, uncommon as always. I mean, yeah, the uncommons are kind of great because they are much rarer than the common ones. Like, it's really just a fraction of what you get with the commons. So yes, that's the good one. I just don't like the style. Like, that's just so boring. Yeah, Sean Chen variant exclusive to Veve. That looks pretty great. I think this really goes well with the black and white variant to the book we got today, the Tales of Suspense one, first ep of the original Hawkeye, because it's pretty much the same. You see a lot of buildings in the background, that's black and white, and then you have the main character in the front holding the bow. That's, yeah, I think they match up very well. Even if you look at the ultra rare that is full colored, they are pretty much even in the colors. That is great. I dig that, but otherwise than that's not a cover I dig too much. Like, yeah, the character looks pretty good, pretty sexy. I'm not sure if it's not over sexualized because I don't know what the age of the character is, but there's a possibility she's still a teenager. Then that would be a little tough. Yeah, but that's also nothing new to see that in comics. I mean, it is what it is. At this point, yeah, what can you say? But yeah, nothing too special for me personally. I totally dig it. I think the artist is great. Just not my cup of tea this time. I do think the secret rare looks pretty great. So, I mean, that's, yeah, sure. It's part that is in the issue. That's an image from inside of the issue. But this time, I think it fits. Like, it looks harmonic. The great character in action. This time it makes sense to have an all-white background. That's what I'm trying to say here. So even the lighting fits pretty well. So yeah, I like the secret rare. I would totally sell it if I get it. I mean, that's for sure. I would sell this one right away and buy any other secret rare. But yeah, it's pretty great. I mean, this book, yeah, it will get more interesting because of the show that is starting the day after tomorrow. Oh no, it's starting tomorrow already. So that's, yeah, it's cool. It will be interesting. So edition size is 30K. Yeah, everything else you already know. I don't need to tell you that again. So much for this one. Yeah, like I said, I guess it makes sense to do the drop as always. I don't think this will fall under $7 in the marketplace. It's a possibility, but I don't think so. I mean, it's still first step of Kate Bishop, and there's a Disney Plus series. Yeah, with the show, I think it should hold up to $7, $8, $9. I guess it will go around $10. That's my estimation, but yeah, don't take my word for it, right? No financial advice. But I guess it would go around the $10 mark. Rare, ultra rare. I guess the prices we have seen lately a lot, like today's book, and secret rare. Yeah, maybe. I guess something a bit above 1K, maybe 1.5. Later on, when it enters the market, it will be more. Like at the start, when the first ones sell out, these are always above 2K. So yeah, sell fast or buy later, I guess. So yeah, look for it. Next thing, so that is what we get on Thursday, on Thanksgiving. So that's Uncanny X-Men 308. So this book is, yeah, I need to talk about this book. This is in a way not special, but it is special for me, so that's interesting. So the reason they released this book is mainly because this book plays during Thanksgiving. That's the point. That's the whole thing. So it does have kind of a first ep for a character that becomes later Harvest. Like 5 issues later, he will become Harvest. Yeah. So, but that's not the point why they sell this book. Or maybe it is, but in the real world, this book is like a dollar book. Like you pay $1 and you get this book. It's not rare at all. It's not special. It's the engagement of Jean Gray and Cyclops. But like I said, I mean, it's simply not that special. It's a 90s book. Those books had a big what's it called? A big edition size when they were published in the 90s. So yeah, I mean, honestly, it's something you could skip. If you, I won't skip, and I tell you why I won't skip this book. Because they made something else with the variants. So the uncommon and the ultra rare covers have been drawn by Todd Nock and colored by Rachel Rosenberg. While the rare and the secret rare covers were done by Carlos Gomez and colored by Jesus Aborto. Totally butchered that name, but yeah, I tried my best. So so the variant covers are great. I'm not too familiar with Carlos Gomez. I'm totally familiar with Todd Nock and Rachel Rosenberg. Those two are great. I'm a big fan of Todd Nock. He has a really playful style on characters. I have talked with him on social media quite a bit. Great guy. Was really happy to have a chance to meet him here in Germany in 2020, but then COVID hit and he had to cancel because the whole thing was canceled. It didn't happen at all. So that sucked. That was really bad. So I was really happy to have a chance to meet him in person, but yeah, that's not happening. And yeah, so the covers are great. That's why I will be there. This is the first time, like, thank you, Veve. This is the first time I actually really want to have the uncommon. Because if I look at this, it seems like that the uncommon, if that is the same arrangement like always, then the one that is to the right of the middle cover should be the uncommon. And that would mean the uncommon is the colored Todd Nock variant. That would be awesome. Like really, really awesome. Great colors, classic style. I would totally dig that. And then it should be the ultra rare. Yeah, that makes sense. The uncommon is, yeah, I guess the uncommon is the colored one, and the ultra rare is the black and white variant. So both are great. But I think Rachel does great colors, so I totally dig the coloring on that one. Yeah, I'd love to get the uncommon. So this is the first uncommon. I totally love the uncommon of Ultimate Fallout 4 because that uncommon is the second print variant from the book. So that is great. There's a few more uncommon that is nice in my opinion. Not great, but nice. But this is a really one I want. I will buy this uncommon. Like if the colored one is the uncommon and I don't get it, I will buy it. Definitely. Would totally love to get the ultra rare to have the other one too. The other two covers, yeah, I think they are great. They accompany it pretty well because the Todd Nock variant is the XMen on Thanksgiving, while the what's his name? I totally missed his name. Carlos Gomez. No. Yeah, Carlos Gomez. So Carlos Gomez. He did the other one, and that is also the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So that are the bad guys, right? The bad guys having a feast. So that is awesome too. Totally dig that. And that's the rare and the secret rare. So yeah, I will do this drop, but don't get it twisted. I do that because I love the artwork. That's it. I totally don't think this is an important book. It's not. I don't want the original cover, the common at all. Please, I don't want to pick that one. Yeah, that is John Romita Jr. He's a very well-known artist. I give him my respect, but I don't dig his style at all. I don't like his style at all. Not my cup of tea. And he didn't just do the cover, he also did the book. And yeah, that's the reason for me that I don't like the book. Yeah, like no disrespect. I really like the guy. Like as a person, he's pretty interesting. I saw his interviews. Cool guy. Don't like his art style at all. It reminds me a lot of Frank Miller, but it's not Frank Miller. So yeah, that's a tough one. So totally hoping for the uncommon and the ultra rare. Would be also awesome to get the rare. Don't need the secret rare. If I get the secret rare, I would sell it. Safe. Even if I like the cover, but the secret rare is a secret rare, so I would sell it. And yeah, I'm not hoping for the common. Honestly, this is the first common where I see there's a possibility that it could fall under the retail price pretty fast, because there's no reason to keep this book. like, yeah, I don't see a reason to keep the common one. It's not a classic one. It's not old enough. It's from a time where books were really much printed way too much. Yeah, I mean, some people totally loved John Romita Jr., so they will like it. Story-wise, okay, it's nice to have the engagement of Jean Gray and Cyclops. But yeah, aside from that, I don't need this book. That's just me being honest. I totally love most of the books, and I guess you can always tell that I love the stuff. But if I don't love it, I have to say it, right? I have to be honest here. And yeah, not much into the artist, not much into the book itself. Really, the variance is what saves it for me, and why I will buy the book and be at the drop. I mean, who knows? Maybe a lot of people will think like that and won't do the drop. So maybe I have a good chance of getting all these sweet variants. That would be awesome. Yeah, so much about that. So that's for all the books. Also, Veve put out a notice that they are not on OpenSea currently, and that all their collectibles are only on their page. And if it's on OpenSea, it's likely a scam. And I don't even know why they say it's likely a scam. I mean, there's no chance it's not a scam, because there's no way to get it into OpenSea at this point. So, and also some people still don't seem to be confused about it. Yes, it's going to be minted on the Ethereum blockchain, on Mutable X. So that doesn't mean you will get your Marvel pieces into OpenSea, or that you get your 007 pieces into OpenSea. It's still, yeah, that is still something what's it called? The license holder will have to decide if that happens, and I don't see that happening with Marvel or Disney stuff pretty soon. So yeah, just that you know, there's a big possibility that you won't be able to sell your pieces on OpenSea soon. But at the same time, remember, we have some metaverses coming, and we have the Weverse in work. So I don't think it's something you should worry too much about. It makes no sense, right? So yeah. Funny enough, I just see that Superman is trending on Twitter. I wonder why. Is it Superman Day already? I don't know. I will have to check out after the video. That's interesting. Okay, that was... Yeah, also, heritage auctions. When I was talking about the amazing Spider-Man 14, that was 2 or 3 videos ago, I was talking about the book. I told you guys that the last sale I saw was in 2015 and was a $55,000 sale. And I was estimating that if the book, it's the only one that is graded a 9.8, if it would emerge on the market, that it would go above 200,000, maybe 300,000. And yeah, funny enough, it was actually sold on September 9th this year. I didn't see that earlier, and it was sold for $210,000. So that's quite interesting. So my estimation wasn't too bad. Yeah, just a little something that you know if you already own some of these books. Yeah, it's a known book. It's an expensive book. Just good to know, I guess. Yeah, that's it for today. Nothing more to say. I guess we'll see us tomorrow. Maybe the day after tomorrow, because I already talked about the books enough. Yeah, the X-Men book. Yeah, maybe that's one thing. The X-Men book could be way more interesting if it has a 10,000 edition size. That would make it more interesting because it's more scarce. I really don't hope that is the case, because if that is the case, I will really have a hard time catching these uncommons and rares and stuff. So that, yeah, I wouldn't be fun with that. So I hope it's not. But if it's not, otherwise I think the book is not very valuable, in my opinion. So that's it. Guess we see you tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, depending on the news coming out. Yeah, have a good time, people.